Hello, crochet girlies, and welcome back to whatever the hell this is. How are we all doing today? Me? Not so good. First and foremost, it's 2:30 now. I got up this morning at 3 a.m., which usually would not be that big of a problem for me. I really don't mind getting up early. But today has just been like a series of bad events. So when I got up this morning, everything was fine. I felt okay. No problem at all. And then I decided to do my makeup. And when I did my makeup, I was getting very close to the end, like finishing up, doing my lip liner, all that stuff. I got so hot, like so physically hot, that I had to crank my air conditioner down to 65, which is pretty low for our house because we live in South Alabama, so 70 feels cold in here. So I cranked my AC down, I turned on my fan on full blast, and that did literally nothing. I was getting super hot. My hands were shaking really, really bad. I felt like my skin was crawling. Just everything was not right. So I decided, well, maybe I'm about to get a migraine. So I went and I took 3 Tylenol. And before I could even sit back down, I was freezing cold. So now I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm getting sick. And I was basically in tears because I was in so much pain and nothing felt good. Like everything felt so unreal. And the reason why I have my hair parted like this is because my eyelash is falling off because I was literally in tears. So I took my temperature and everything is fine, but my eyes' reaction to light right now is like super unpleasant, and I don't think I'm getting a migraine because my head never started hurting, and it's been 6 hours since I started feeling like this. When I went out to my mailbox, I thought I was going to faint on the way out there, which was so unpleasant because nobody else is here. So if I fainted on the way out to my mailbox, I would have hit my head on the driveway and it would have been really bad. So I went out really, really quick. I put my Depop order out there to get picked up, came back in, and patiently waited on the mailman. So I do feel a little better now. I drank some water, my Tylenol, blah, 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 but I don't feel 100% by any means. In fact, going outside into the sun right now, just because of how bright it is out there, is like really messing with my head. So I've been kind of avoiding going outside, except I went and checked on my chickens because they were screaming. But one had just laid an egg, so they were just singing me a song. Anyway, I was waiting on the mailman, not just to pick up my package, but because I was waiting on my brand new knitting needles. Now, let me preface this by saying I have tried to teach myself to knit one other time. About a year ago, I came across a pair of boy straight needles at a thrift store. Okay, they were beautiful, pretty color. I was like, yes, this is my sign to learn how to knit. I hated working with straight needles, hated it. I think that was a horrible thing to start with for me because it was so uncomfortable. They were so long, and I knew it wasn't for me. So I don't think I ever got past like 5 or 6 rows on my first project. Basically, I ended up frogging it and putting the knitting needles away and never picking them up again. So I decided a couple days ago I wanted good circular knitting needles with interchangeable cords. Is that what they're called? See, I'm so baseline knowledge about knitting that I have no idea. But I wanted one with interchangeable cords that came with all the cords, came with a bunch of different sizes. So I ended up deciding on the Knit Picks interchangeable knitting needles, the wooden ones. But they're like a polished wood, obviously. And it came with 3 or 4 different sizes of cords and maybe like 10 different sizes of needles. They're sitting over there and I don't feel like going to grab them. But I do have the pair that's connected to the project that I'm working on. So, here they are. They're very pretty. I have the cord connected. These are, I don't even know where to look on a knitting needle. These are 6mm needles, and I'm working on a project. Do I know what this is going to turn into? Absolutely not. I wanted to start with something simple. I didn't want to like tackle a sweater like right away. But basically, this is like solid knit stitch. I have not figured out, well, I have not decided what this is going to be yet, so I didn't want to like knit, purl, all that crap. Do I know how to purl? Not really. I did watch a video, but it was like a quick 15 seconds, and then I decided I'm just going to knit stitch for a while so I can get my hands used to holding the needles. I gotta say this, as a crocheter, this is a serious learning curve for me. I don't necessarily like it. I do think these needles are a lot better than the boy ones that I started with. 100% better. They're a lot smoother, nicer in my hands. They're small, obviously, so that's comfortable for me. But the more I look at this, the more I think, oh my god, this would be going so much quicker if I was crocheting. And to be frank, I don't want to make a lot of knitting content on here by any means. Like, crochet is my bread and butter, but I've always wanted to learn how to knit, and I've never really been successful at it. And a few months ago, or maybe like a month ago, a longtime family friend, basically like my aunt, she sent me I think it's called Stitch and Bitch or something. It's like a knitting how-to book and stuff like that. Now, I have not picked it up while working on this, but I do want to look into that book and read a little bit and see if I can get any helpful tips. And my goal last year, my New Year's resolution was to learn to knit. So obviously October 1st is quite a long ways from last New Year's, but better late than never. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to work on this for a little bit. I will show you guys a little bit of my process here. Probably not a whole lot. And then I will go on to something else. I just really want to get the hang of this and kind of get a little bit of muscle memory going before I put this down. I'm using, this is the Premier yarn. God damn, I can't remember what this yarn is called, but it's Premier something in the color curry. I remember that. Yeah, but I really like it. It's really pretty. I don't even know what I'm making out of this. I'm not a scarf girl, so if I make a scarf, I probably will never wear it. But I don't know what else could be that wide and be worn. Maybe like a tube top or something. Like, I just keep going until it wraps around me, and then I don't know. I'll just keep going, and I will check in with you guys when I am working. So I'm going to bring this to the couch. I'm going to set up a tripod, and then I will keep working for a little bit. Good morning, guys. It is currently 4 a.m. Hold on. Of course there's sirens when I am right about to start filming. Anyway, here's what happened last night. I worked on that knitted panel until I got about, I don't know, 8 inches in length or something like that. And I was starting to get a little upset with how it was going. I'm used to crochet, which comes to me like second nature. And basically, I ended up dropping like 2 stitches in one row and didn't even realize it. And I was starting to look at it and I realized it was like starting to concave. The panel itself, it wasn't like straight up and down. And then I kept thinking to myself, well, what the hell am I even going to use this panel for? Because I don't wear scarves. It wasn't really long enough to be like a proper tube top. Like I could have made like a bandeau, I guess, but it just wasn't it. And I kind of want to use a smaller cord, like a shorter cord, so that I can like maybe start off with a beanie or something that works in the round. I feel like that might be a little easier. I don't even know if it's called in the round when you're referring to knitting. But anyway, basically what I did was I got that far and then I looked at it and I was like, none of this looks right. So I took it off the needles and I frogged the whole thing. Then I thought, well, maybe I will make a tube top, like top down. So I cast on a bunch of stitches. I used the big cord still. And I did like 2 rows. Oh my god, I think my house is haunted. Holy shit, I just about jumped out of my skin. I hope you guys heard that because that was the lamp right next to me moving. Oh my god. I'd be a little more worried if this hasn't happened like 40 other times before. My house is definitely haunted, if you believe in that kind of shit. Anyway, I cast on a bunch of stitches and was gonna do that, and then I decided, I don't like how this is looking, so frogged all that back. Basically, that put me in a bad mood. I didn't really want to work on anything else yesterday because I was so upset with how long I had taken on just trying out knitting. I worked on that stupid panel for like 4 hours and I got nowhere. So to refresh my brain a little bit, I am instead going to start working on some of those ear warmers. Now, I would be returning to the beach towel color that I started two videos ago, I think. I made one ear warmer out of that after I finished the complete cake of the green flash, and that was going to be the next color that I moved on to, so I made one of the ear warmers. But because I have some yarn left over from that blanket that I made, I'm deciding that I'm going to go ahead and finish this ball off first before I go back to making things with beach towels. So I'll go ahead and show you how much I have left of this. I'm not sure if you can see that. Not a whole lot. This will make more than you think, but it's pretty flat. So I think I'm going to start with some ear warmers and then go from there. Maybe later today I'll pick back up the needles and try doing a beanie or something. Maybe I'll like watch some videos. I am one of those people who, if I'm not good at something right away, I give up. Like I need to be good at everything that I do. And if I'm not, then I'm over it. But I really want to stick to it because I do really like the look of knitted items. And to be honest, I'm somebody who likes really, really, really tight clothing, like form-fitting clothing. And I think a big reason why I don't wear a lot of sweaters that I make is because with crochet, you can't really replicate that form-fitting, like super snug texture. I mean, you can kind of with like a rib stitch, and I do plan on doing some projects like that in the near future. But I just really I really want to be able to knit a sweater and like not think about it. So anyway, enough rambling. I literally don't even know where I'm going with any of this. I have a feeling that I won't get a ton done today, although I want to. I want to get a lot done today, but unfortunately, I woke up so many times last night. I was having so many weird dreams. I woke up the first time last night at like 11, then I woke up again at midnight, and then I came out to the couch because I was like, okay, I just can't get comfortable, like something's not working for me in here. So I came out here to snuggle with Miss Honey Bear, and I slept until 3:30ish, and then I could not sleep anymore. Like I physically could not. I got up at 3:30 and I was like, well, I guess it's time to go get a monster and, you know, start filming. Anyway, dumb tangent aside, I am gonna go ahead and start working on some ear warmers. Alrighty guys, so it is now 7 o'clock. I made 2 ear warmers. I could have made probably more in that time, but I was being kind of lazy. I'm kind of tired. I don't really feel all that great, to be honest. I feel still kind of sick from yesterday. Kind of wish I knew what was wrong with me or why I felt so bad, because I have like horrible health anxiety, so I don't like feeling sick at all. Freaks me out. Anyway, I'll put some tags on these a little later, and I think I am going to attempt to start knitting a beanie. I feel like that's a good project to start with. I started watching a tutorial and I feel like it explains it relatively well. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete it or accomplish that, but I am gonna at least try and start one. If I start to feel a little better here relatively quickly, I may go thrifting this morning, because I have not left my house in like a month, and I am being so absolutely dead serious about that. So thrifting would be nice, but I only like to go when they open, and they open at 9. If I wait any longer than 9, I won't want to be there because there's either too many people or everything's kind of picked over. And I'm not a big fan of being in crowded places, especially something as cramped as a thrift store where there's shit everywhere. And then you've got like 20 people literally breathing on you. And I am not a people person. Like, I have horrible, horrible social anxiety, and I do not like being in crowded places at all. So, if I start feeling a little better before 9 in the next couple hours, then I will go thrifting. If not, I'm just gonna have another day at the house, which is always fine by me. I feel like I start to lose my mind a little bit when I'm cooped up in the house this long, and then I start to psych myself out about going places. Like I start thinking, like, what if I have a panic attack there or something? That's just like that's something I'm dealing with. Not well, because obviously I haven't left the house in a month, but it's okay. Everything's okay, whatever. So I don't know. Basically, if I don't go thrifting, I'm going to keep either working on the beanie that I'm going to start here in a minute, or I will continue crocheting until this ball of yarn is gone. And yeah, that's the plan for now, and I will check back in with you when I'm working. So guys, I started on the beanie. I have maybe like 6 or 7 rows done. It's going good so far. I haven't dropped a stitch yet. I feel like I'm getting a little more confident in what I'm doing. Not even close to 100%, but I feel like okay with at least the knit stitch. And it's coming out pretty good. Now, I wanted to go to the thrift store this morning, but I just realized that they don't open until 10. And for me, that's kind of a little too late for me to want to go anywhere. Basically, I like to do things in the early morning if I'm going to go do something. So I think that's probably out of the question for today. I may go on Saturday because they open at 9, or I might go on Monday because that's when they like freshly restock all the items. So that might be the plan. I'm currently waiting on the grass to dry. I think maybe I should probably cut the grass today, as much as I don't want to. I know that over the weekend I'm not going to be able to do it. I never cut the grass on the weekends because my neighbors hang up their clothes on the weekends, and I also don't like to shoot grass and stuff into their yard or anything, especially when they're home. Also because when they're home, they have their chickens out free ranging, and I don't want to disturb the chickens or scare them or anything like that and like be responsible for that. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can cut the grass today. It's supposed to get pretty hot like in an hour. And it was 65 this morning, and in 2 hours, it'll be 83. And I think there's like a high of 87 today. So I don't want to be out there when it's like super hot, because then I won't want to do it. But the grass is so wet because it's chilly at night and hot during the day. So like that humidity imbalance type thing creates like a lot of dew on the grass. And basically if I go out and walk in the grass right now in my sandals, my feet will be soaked. So I don't know about all that. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. Today's Thursday, by the way. Thursday, October 2nd. I could do it tomorrow. My neighbors won't be home tomorrow, but that's kind of my last chance until Monday. And if I want to go to the thrift store on Monday, I don't want to cut the grass first because, as I've said in a previous video, cutting the grass like takes it out of me. And I already like kind of don't feel good, so I don't know. I'll think about it, and then maybe I'll do it today or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just weighing my options at this point. I hope that I'm making my beanie the correct size. I started watching a tutorial, and I thought that the person who made this tutorial did a really poor job of explaining what you're supposed to do. Like, it was supposed to be a 100% like beginner tutorial. And it just, I feel like it wasn't that. So I ended up just using the same amount of stitches that she did. And then just doing the knit stitch throughout. Because I feel like if I just start with the knit stitch for now, I can get my bearings on it, and then I can start figuring out the purl. And then from there, I'll figure out the other stuff. But for now, I'm just kind of going with the flow, and hopefully it turns out okay. If it doesn't, I tried. I think it's going to take way too long to knit a hat. I see girls on YouTube who are just like, you know, they just go and go and go and go and go, and they can like work up a hat in like 3 hours. I don't even think that's possible for me. Like, there's just no way. And spending a day on a hat feels pretty useless to me because A, I'm not gonna sell this hat. I'd never get my money back. Not to mention, I doubt it's gonna look very good when I'm done. But also, if I was making crochet hats, I would have 4 done today. Not one done in, what, 3 days? However long this is gonna take me, so I don't know, but basically, I'm going to work on this hat until I decide if I'm going to cut the grass or not, and yeah. Well, guys, looks like I can't do anything I wanted to do today because my truck is dead. So that means I can't move it to cut the grass, and I can't go to the thrift store. So awesome, that's just great. I thought I ran it long enough last week to, you know, give it enough power. I guess I did not. So yeah, that should tell you guys how much I don't leave my house, because as you can see, I haven't left it in so long that my truck is dead. Awesome. I guess I'm gonna go back to working on that hat then. Alrighty guys, so first of all, as you can see, the quality is a little better in this clip. I completely forgot that I had one of those portable like clip-on lights. You see them like on TikTok Shop and all that shit, and totally forgot until now. So yay, that means all my couch clips are gonna be better and I don't have to feel so bad about filming them. So here's our progress on the beanie. Let me hold these so they don't come apart. I think it looks pretty good. At least pretty good for me. I don't really know what constitutes as good or bad with knitting. I just know that I'm getting something done. So that's all that really matters. Also, I got my truck running. However, it is already too hot for me to want to do anything. It's too late for me to want to go to the thrift store, first of all, so that's out of the question. And by too late, I mean it is literally only 11 o'clock, but like I said, I like to get there when they open if I'm gonna go. So that's out of the question, and it is 85 degrees outside right now, so I'm not gonna cut the grass right now. My plan, I guess, is to cut the grass first thing in the morning. Like, even if the grass is a little wet, I can deal with that. So yeah, that's the plan. I think I have a package coming today. Do I have a couple packages coming today? So I have a couple packages coming today, nothing crochet related, so I won't be doing an unboxing or anything, but those should be here like within the next hour. And in the meantime, while I wait for those to come in, I'm going to continue working on this beanie for a little bit. And then I am going to put some of my clothes away. I did laundry a couple days ago, and right now, like, all my clothes are folded and everything in the basket here, and then I have a pile of shirts and things that need to be hung up over here, and those I definitely have to do something with today because it's really bothering me that they're just kind of stacked up on the chair over here. So that's kind of my plan. I don't have a lot going on today. I wanted to ask you guys what you think about like different t-shirt yarns, because I've been looking at some on Amazon and I'm curious if they're like all the same or like relatively the same, or do I have to get like a high quality t-shirt yarn like from like a name brand or something, because I've been seeing this one coming up in my recommended on Amazon and I'm really intrigued by it, because one thing about me, if you can't tell by the case on my iPad, I love cheetah print. And this yarn, I don't know if you can see, is like cheetah leopard print t-shirt yarn. I would love to like make a bag or something, or like a basket, something cool, because I am actually obsessed with animal prints, and I was like, well, there's no way I can replicate that with crochet or anything like that unless I do tapestry, which I haven't done in a long time. Although I actually enjoy the process behind tapestry, but it just takes so long, you know, so that's not really the vibe. Like, I'm not feeling making anything cheetah print, leopard print with tapestry crochet, but I thought that yarn was kind of cool, and I'm curious if any of you guys have like tried Amazon t-shirt yarn, or if I need to get some high quality type yarn. I know people make them out of t-shirts, so like I wouldn't think it matters, but oh well. Also, I know some of you probably don't care, and that's fine. But I did notice that in some of the comments, people seem to be interested in like what I'm watching while I crochet. So for the past couple days, I've been watching the Overnight channel on YouTube. I don't know if you guys are like interested in like ghost stuff or anything like that, but I am. That's just the witchy girl inside me. And I love watching stuff about the paranormal. So I'm watching the Overnight channel. I've been binging quite a few videos because I haven't watched in probably like 3 months. So I have a few to catch up on, and then also there's some older ones that I haven't seen, and I'm watching those too. So right now I'm watching the one in Australia's haunted prison, and yeah, that's about it. That's just been like my hyperfixation for the last couple of days. So with all that being said, and all my weird little tangents done for the day, well, for now, I'm gonna keep working on this for a little bit and see how far I get before I decide I want to go back to crocheting. Alrighty guys, here's the deal. I feel kind of crappy, and I'm very tired from waking up so early today and basically getting the equivalent of like 4 hours of sleep last night. It is currently 7:30 p.m., but I think I am gonna call it a night. Basically, I worked on that knit thing for like a while, like a good amount today, and basically I got pretty far, but I slowly started realizing that the stitch count that I was following would not work for the yarn that I was using, because it was for much bulkier yarn, like double-stranded bulky yarn. So unfortunately, it ended up being too big to be a hat, and I don't understand how to do any of like the tailoring or things like that for knitting. Like, I know there's a lot of knitting experts who would be like, oh, well, just do this, and I don't know. I know one stitch, so give me a break here. So I ended up after like hours of work, just casting off and having just a big tube, I thought maybe it would be the right size for like a tube top or something, but it is just barely too small to be a tube top that would fit comfortably. Like, it technically fits, but then it's so tight that like my nips are showing right through it. And yeah, and I don't think there's any way I could wear a bra under it without it being just absolutely too tight. So I ended up trying it on like a bunch of different ways, like different ideas I had for how to wear it, and I decided it would probably be best for like a neck warmer, like a little neck scarf that's like, I forget what they call them, like just like a little circle that goes around your neck. I don't know, but that's the best way it looks for me. If I felt like getting out the tripod right now, I would show you guys, but I will try to remember to show you in the morning. And if I don't, my bad, because I am so tired right now. I doubt I'll remember any of what I'm saying at this moment. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed early tonight. I may bring the knitting needles to the bed and try to cast on less, like 10 loops less or stitches less. I don't even know what you call it with knitting. But then maybe it would be like a good size for a hat. I have no idea. But I might do that in the bed, but more than likely I will fall asleep pretty quick here. So I will check in with you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is currently 6:30 a.m. I woke up at like 3 again. I don't know why I keep waking up at 3, but oh well. Last night I did not end up casting on anything else on the needles. I just decided to go to bed. I ended up not being able to fall asleep last night until way later than I wanted to. Basically, I went to the bed when I said I was going to go to the bed. But I could not get to sleep. So I just stayed up and watched like dumb YouTube videos until like 10 or 11, which means I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. That sucks, but oh well. Today I am still deciding what my day is gonna look like. I'm not 100% sure that I am going to cut the grass today. Even though I said I was going to yesterday. I have a sneaking suspicion that my neighbors are home when usually they're gone on Fridays. And if they're home, that means they're off work today. And that means they probably have stuff going on that I do not want to, I don't want to bother them, basically. So, we'll see about that. My front yard barely gets any sun at this time of year, so that's not really necessary to do, but I do need to get the back done. However, it won't make much of a difference if I do it today or if I do it Monday. Just kind of depends. Anyway, today is Friday, October 3rd. And frankly, I don't know what the hell I'm going to work on today. This morning, I did cast on 80 stitches to my needles, mainly because when I was working last night and I realized that the hat wasn't going to be a hat because it was too big, but it was just too small to be a tube top, I thought, well, now I kind of want to make a tube top. So I cast on an additional 20 stitches so that it would be able to stretch and everything like that. Because at max stretch with the project I was working on yesterday, it was very, very, very tight. So yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to work on that today or not. I cast on 80 stitches and then I did about half of a round or whatever you call it. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm really in the mood to work on any knitting today. I may try and finish off this anniversary cake. So, I don't know if I have enough for a hat and a pair of fingerless gloves, but if I do, that will probably be my plan for today. I did say last night that I would show you what I was working on yesterday that I ended up casting off and deciding was not gonna work how I wanted it to. Now, it is not good by any means, but I do think that A, I didn't drop any stitches, and B, I feel like the actual like knit stitches itself look pretty good, you know? And it's got like good stretch to it, so I feel like I did something right. But yeah, this is just too small to be a tube top, very tight. Obviously, if I would have made this into a hat, now granted, this has been stretched out because I did try to fit it over my entire body. But if this would have been a hat, it would have been so huge. Now, I guess I could have made it into like a slouchy beanie type, but it's just giant. So I was thinking like a little neck warmer. Obviously, I didn't weave in anything, so ignore those. But like a little neck warmer, thought that'd be kind of cute. Plus, I can like pull it up. And like, if it's cold outside, I can wear it like that or keep it down, and I think that'd be kind of cute. And then if I do successfully make this tube top, that would be kind of cute to wear with it, you know, like matching tube top, matching neck scarf thing. Honestly, it's almost big enough to make it into like one of those hood situations. Like that almost looks good. But it's in the back, it's not quite long enough to be a proper, well, I don't know, I kind of like that too. I don't know, I have a weird fashion taste, so what I would like is what a lot of people would not. Anyway, that was a lot of hours spent yesterday that became basically a scarf. I am gonna go ahead and get my morning stuff done, like feeding the animals and all of that stuff, and then I will check back in with you guys when I know what I'm gonna do for the day. Alrighty guys, I just pulled up at Hobby Lobby, mainly because I needed to get out of the house. First of all, I just want to say, no, I do not support what Hobby Lobby stands for, but this is my only craft/art store anywhere within a 40-mile radius of me. And I need some velvet yarn for my scrunchies because I use the Yarn Bee velvet yarn. Not because I want to, but because it's the most convenient for me. So please keep your judgments aside. I'm fully aware that they are not a place I should be supporting, but just take it with a grain of salt. I won't be spending more than like 20 bucks in here, and I really needed to get out of the house. So anyway, I'm gonna go inside and I will see you guys when I'm out. Alrighty guys, so I was in and out of there in less than 20 minutes. I got a big old bag of yarn. I think I got 10 skeins. All for my scrunchies, different sizes of velvet. And I will show you guys what I got when I get home. Alright guys, I am back home. It took a little longer to get home because I made a little detour to the thrift store. I wasn't going to, but by the time I pulled into the driveway, the thrift store opened in 10 minutes and I was already in the mood to like shop a little. So I figured, well, I might as well head over to the thrift store, see if there's anything I find. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I sell on Depop. That's like another side hustle of mine. I sell a bunch of different stuff on there, but mainly clothes, some shoes, but mainly clothes. Occasionally I throw in a crochet item if I don't feel like it'll sell on my Etsy. But this is my bag from the thrift store. I got like 20 things for $15.50. So that was a pretty good deal. I'm happy with that. And then now for my little Hobby Lobby haul. I can't remember if I said before, but just to preface, all of this yarn is for my scrunchies. That is the only yarn that I will buy from Hobby Lobby, and I will only buy it on sale. All of my other yarn I either order from Michaels or Premier or somewhere else online. But I haven't found a velvet yarn that I would like to switch to yet. I do plan on trying some of the velvet yarn from Premier to see if that is a good option for me. If that's the case, then I will definitely stop buying from Hobby Lobby. But for now, until I try any new velvet yarns, I have to get it from Hobby Lobby. And I really, really needed to get out of the house because that is the first time I have left my house in a month. And that's not a joke, I promise you. I have not started my car and driven down the road in a month. So, yes, I am psychotic. Yes, I have some issues, legitimate issues, but it's okay. Anyway, besides that, I did get a bunch of yarn, and I will show you what I got. I didn't realize they have 3 different types of velvet yarn. I'm used to just buying one type, and I ended up not buying any of that type. So, oh my god, and there's a curly blonde hair in my yarn. Okay, so anyway, first thing I got was the Baby Bee Adorable in navy. That's what it looks like. 100 grams, 92 yards. So there's that one. Then I got the Baby Bee Adorable in light sage. Same grams and yardage. This one's really pretty. I don't know if they used to have this one or not, but I've never seen it before. Then I got the Baby Bee Adorable in Sugar Plum. Same yardage, same grams. This one's like a lilac, lavender, pretty color. I got the Adorable Pink. Same grams, same yardage. It's like a little lighter than a bubblegum pink. My light is literally reflecting off of it right now. It's not showing. There you go. That's more like the color, except like a little lighter. I don't know why my camera does that, but whatever. I got the Adorable in Poolside Vibes. This is just like a pretty light teal color. And I got the Adorable in Pinkaboo, which is very light baby pink. For some reason, the pink does not want to. It's so reflective. But yeah, that's what I got. And then I got the Baby Bee Adorable in brown. Some of these names are so boring. So boring. But basically, this is like a teddy bear brown color. Just like a normal brown. I don't know. And then all of that will be used for my extra large scrunchies. And then for my regular scrunchies, I got 3 skeins. So first I got the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Aran. I never know how to say that word. In aubergine. It's 100 grams, 161 yards. It's like a beautiful like wine, purple, red color. This one's cool. I don't have anything like this, so. Then I got the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Sparkle in teal green. Actually, this one and the last one aren't for my regular scrunchies. I have regular sparkle scrunchies as well. That's a separate listing. And I believe right now the only colors I have are black and army green or something like that. I may not even have any of the army green left. I don't know. I'll check the listing later, but yeah, this is in teal green. It's very pretty. This one, yeah, 100 grams, 161 yards. It's basically the same as the Velvety Smooth Aran. So that one's pretty. And then last, we have the Velvety Smooth Sparkle in silver. You can't really see the sparkle. I'm trying to like show you guys, but yeah, so that's what I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm not going to bother showing what I got at the thrift store because that's just like too much for me to get into right now. And until I decide to take the pictures and list these items on my Depop, I will not be taking them out of the bag. If you're interested, I will link my Depop down below. I put cool pieces on there, things I find at the thrift, like things that I think will sell regardless of like the style. I try to curate a little bit, like gothic, Y2K, things like that. But also there's like some random things on there, like name brand things or sportswear, things that I think will sell, basically. Yeah, anyway, I've been talking for way too long now. I am gonna go ahead and probably start making some scrunchies, I think. I think that is a good plan for now. I have a little bit left of that black yarn, and I would like to go ahead and finish that off before I break into any of these skeins. But yeah, that's my little haul for you. Alrighty guys, good morning. Last night I got 2 black scrunchies made. That was the rest of the black yarn that I had. So I made these and I went ahead and updated the quantity on my shop. So now these are officially for sale. Anyway, guys, I feel like this video is starting to get a little long. I went and I looked back at all the clips that I have filmed already. And it looks like if I continue to film this video will be 2 hours long. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to leave this video here. If you like me and you like what I'm doing here on YouTube, please consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. Please like, comment, and share with your friends if you enjoyed the video. And if you would like to see more from me, my socials will be linked down below. And if you would like to purchase any of my finished products, including these scrunchies, feel free to check out my Etsy, which is also linked below. With all that being said, I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye, guys.